Hi everybody, welcome to my channel, or welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome, and if you're recurring, hi. Today I have a cool little tutorial for you guys. It's been requested maybe like 3 times, but you know 3 is enough. 3 is a charm. So today I'm going to do a tutorial on how to do like the PSD templates and the overlays. Now this is gonna be a 2-part video, but honestly I don't even really think it needs to be a 2-part. But if you're not familiar with like Photoshop or Premiere Pro, then I could see why this would be a 2-part. So for today, the things that you're going to need are, well, let's just say, like, listen, I'm gonna try to fit in as much as possible, but I feel like a lot of this stuff is like self-explanatory a little bit. So when it comes to the overlays, I'm going to for sure do the texts, because for me, like, the text, doing texts in like videos is like the hardest thing ever. It's very annoyingly monotonous. Like, you just have to do a lot of stuff for it. So that's the only reason why it's super duper annoying. And it can be tricky to line it all up. So that's why I want to start with text threads, because first it was requested. A lot of y'all want to know how I do the thing with the phone. So that's why I'm going to start with that. And then I'm going to do a couple other things like a moodlets. But like I said, it's all very like, once you figure out, listen, text aside, once you figure out how to do like a moodlet, you can do a, what's it called? A thought bubble, like I'll be doing. Like, you can do a lot of things once you figure out how to do like basic stuff, because you'll see what I'm talking about. So the things that you'll need, I wrote a checklist. You'll need editing software. For this video, we're going to be using Premiere Pro and Photoshop. The PSD templates are specifically for Photoshop, but if you like Google like PSD converter, you can probably get that converted to like Canva if that's what you have, or like free version, you might be able to use GIMP. I'm really not familiar. Listen. I'm not familiar. I haven't tried using GIMP, so don't quote me on that. I have no idea, but I'm sure you can use a free one, or get a free trial of Photoshop. Like, get a free trial. I think what they have, like a week. You could do a week for free or something. And if you already done the week, use a different email. And if you don't have a different email, make a new one. Listen, no shame in my game. Okay. Next, you're gonna need footage. You're gonna need some kind of video that you want to put the text thread over. For me, as you have seen in episode 1 and episode 2, if you've watched my series, I don't move the camera. I don't move the camera when I do text threads. And I've typically never seen a lot of people move the camera when they do text threads. So I usually have a sim, and I have them angled they're either in the far left or they're in the far right, or they're either in the middle left or they're in the middle right. But you don't want to have them in the center when you record that, because if you have them in the center, where are you going to put the text? Where are you going to put the overlay? You have to think about that, where you want it when you record in game. I'm not going to go in game in this video. I don't think I need to. I don't think I have to. You guys should know what you want to record. And then this is not that kind of tutorial. So I might come out with a tutorial like that, but there are like a million of them, so I don't know if I need to, for real. Next, you're gonna need the PSD template that you want. For this episode, we're going to be using awkwardsims PSD collection, pxltown, goldfish TS4, honeymaplesims, and snderist. Hope I'm saying that right. There are definitely like other ones you can use, and there are definitely more, and I've used more, and those more other creators are mentioned in like the description of the videos that you see. Listen, it's really like, once you figure out how to do one, you can do all of them. Like, that's, if we're just talking about editing in Photoshop, once you figure out one, you can do it all, in my experience. Now, if you're not familiar with Photoshop, there are certain things that are like a little bit of learning curve, but I'm gonna tell you all the tricks that I use, and even certain instances, like, I've dead forgot. Like, I've learned new things while editing my own videos. So if I learn new things in the future, I'll let you guys know. What else will you need? You will need a script. What are you gonna, like, if you're not gonna put like a thought bubble or like what else do I do? If you're not gonna put like a music notification, not a notification. Well, I mean, oh no, if you do a notification, you need a text. But if you, what I'm gonna do, what's it called when I put the music player? Yeah, when I put the music player, and when I transition between the songs, which I started doing last episode. I listen. Anyway, it doesn't matter. You're not going to need any text for that. But if you want to do like a moodlet, you need to figure out what you want to put in the moodlet. If you want to do if you want to do a text thread, which I'm going to show you how to do, you're going to need to figure out what you want in the text messages. If you're going to do, what's it called? There was another one. Oh, like a social media post, which I'm also going to kind of show you how to do. You need to figure out what's your character's Instagram handle, what's the post, like the caption on the post. You need to figure these things out. Like, and if you do a comment, what is the comment on it? You know what I mean? You should have a script for those things. And what you don't necessarily need, but I totally recommend before you even do any of this, if you're gonna do a text thread, you should have a picture, like a profile picture of the sim. Listen, you can have it edited if you want to. It doesn't necessarily have to be a picture of the sim themselves, but if you're doing storytelling, you might want to have a picture of the sim just so the audience knows who the hell you're talking about if there's no like name on it. Because the ones that I use, I don't put a name. Like, you just got to know who I'm talking about based off the PFP. Like, so I would recommend having a profile picture, but you don't necessarily have to, and I'll show you how you can like put like in iOS, you have the option like the gray background and like it's just the contacts. What's that thing called? When you do a contact with no profile pic, they have like an S. You could put like an S on it, like an S. Oh my God, a letter. Jesus Christ. You could put a letter on it. And I'm gonna show you how to do all that. So I think I'm going to start with the text messages because that's what was most requested. So for that, you're going to want to open Premiere Pro. Now, you would think that we would start off with Photoshop, but no, you'd be wrong. We start off in Premiere Pro, and here I have this old footage from my last video, and it's basically a full minute of Miss just like here texting pretty much. And obviously it looks really awkward right now because there's nothing there. And listen, this is just a tip. This is totally unrelated to the overlays, but you're going to want, if you're going to make a video of like the texting, you're going to want to make it as long as possible. And I'm telling you that because, listen, it really will depend on how long your conversation is, but you want to be able, like, because people read at a different pace, so you want to be able oh my God, you want your audience to be able to read everything and not feel like rushed. Because I got like a comment on my first video that like everything was a little too fast, which was fair because I watched that a million times, so I basically knew what was coming before it came. So that's probably why I shortened some of the stuff, and like I could have made it longer. So give yourself some time, make the footage a minute long. So when you're here, there's like this option here. There's like a little camera. It's called export frame. You could also do Control-Shift-E, but like nobody's doing that. If you don't have it, just click here, button editor, and you'll find it. It's like one of the little cameras, like right there, export frame, okay? And you're going to take a picture. You can name it if you want to. I don't. Okay. And it's going to be on the desktop. Now, I'm going to open up Photoshop, right? First, let me go to my desktop. It's going to be here, the TS4, blah, 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 blah. So, you're going to open with Photoshop. This is what I do. It's very important. So, we're going to save that for later. Now, for this one, I use these, right? Now, this is the pxltown social bunny feed and messages PSD template. I really like this template because it comes with like a cutesy little profile picture. Oh, you can also do the if I'm not mistaken, when I did this, I did the feed thing. I didn't use this one, however. I didn't want to because, well, you're going to see why. It's a lot more complicated to use a background because if you do, you're going to have to like move all these up and stuff. And that makes things very complicated, low key. But within that same breath, I'm really talking smack because you really don't. But like, listen, don't. Just trust me, okay? I do messages only just to simplify things. Now we have this. Like I said, you're going to need a PFP to change this stuff. And, I mean, listen, I'm going to skip ahead a little bit. And I'm just, maybe, you know what? No, I'm going to show you guys how to edit it right now. So, I mean, it's not rocket science or anything. You just click it, change the name. I'm gonna, for the sake of saking, I don't have a script, guys. Also, though, important when you're doing text messages, always take a look at the time. You know what I mean? It's important to make sure your time makes a little sense. I mean, it's not, you can always just delete it if you don't want to do all that. I keep it for storytelling purposes. And I'll remind you again, like when you do like, say like, for example, the iPhone, I do the lock screen a lot, like where I have it and it's like the notification, just the time you unlock the phone and see the rest. You have to make sure that the time matches your storyline. That's important. But if you're not going to do that, who cares, right? So I'm going to leave that there. I'm not going to change it. And I'm going to leave this text here too. Now, to change the profile pic, I'm going to pick some random profile pic. Let's do Ori. And as we can see, this is not in the correct spot whatsoever. So where you see here, it says profile picture. A lot of people who make PSD templates are very helpful. They label everything. So all you have to do is like go under profile picture, and they'll even say a nice little, if you drag this out. Well, you know, listen, you have to go into layers. Oh my God, I feel like I didn't mention that. You have to go into layers. And if you don't see layers, go here and it's layers, or you could hit F7. I like to pop my things out because, listen, you could put it in there, but like I like to pop it out because you need to see all this stuff. So mine's already popped out. Whew, a little unorganized, sorry guys. So you replace the image. Now, sometimes they'll have it already clipped. So like all you have to do is drag yours under and then click the unsee thingy and then just drag it in and resize it to, you know, do whatever, however you like it. And that looks good, right? Well, you see, sometimes it like aligns, so just not, see, great, 10 out of 10. But sometimes it's not already clipped. Sometimes, you have a problem when it's not. So if it's not already clipped, what you're going to do is right click and just create clipping mask. And when you do that, it just, clips down. Easy peasy, easy peasy. So you did that, right? Now, with this template, you can change the social bunny thingy mabob. And, you could change it to whatever one you want. And they're cutesy. I'm just going to do happy. Because why not? Now, we have one text message. But for the sake of saking, you're going to want to have two. But within that same breath, listen, actually, no, I'm not going to change all of them because I feel like it's unnecessary. Like, you saw me change one, it's going to be the same process. Now, with this specific one, you can change the order a little bit. There's like, and put the sent message. If you're going to do like social media, if you're just going to put this onto a picture, this could be really helpful. But if you're going to do a video, it's not helpful at all. You need to save them one by one. And I'm going to show you what I mean by that. So now that we're done with our text message, right? We're going to want to save just this one. And we're also going to hide the background as well. So we're going to go to file, export, quick export as PNG. I like to save everything to desktop, and then I'll name it something random like text 1. Pretty specific, nothing crazy, right? So we have text 1, and let's hide the sent messages, not the sent messages, the received messages, and then we're going to show one of these, right? Like, I didn't edit this, but like I said, you know, it's the same process. When you edit one, you can edit all. So we're going to put this one as text 2. And now that we've done that, we can go over here. You know, let me just like, I could close some of these. It's not that serious. So we're going to go over here. Like I said, this is important. Now we're going to import both of our text messages desktop. Nope, wrong desktop. We're going to import text 1 and text 2, right? Import that. And this is super duper important. Just press done. Press done. Okay. Now, because this is really small, so you're going to want them to be the same size. I just realized I could do this the other day, but somebody probably figured this out before I did. But you know, I was genuinely manually resizing these joints. You don't want to do that. So we're going to just click and then drag so that you grab everything. The background should be locked, but if it's not locked, lock it. And now you'll be able to resize the messages, right? Which is great because, like I said, they're too little for a video. So even if you do this for social media, you should still follow the same thing, because if you don't, it's going to be like annoying to like make sure everything's the right size. So, but keep in mind, you're going to want to do this for every single text message. So do not start this process until you have every single text message you want. Okay. So you press done, and now all you have to do is line it up. Perfect. However you want. That looks good, right? Now, no, actually, I think I did it more like that. How did it look right here? Hold on. Yeah, it's a little more. I mean, whatever. It's really just edit it to your liking. And even so, you could still like, as long as you click and drag, but like I said, make sure you have every single text message you want done. Now, this doesn't help us whatsoever. I mean, to put it in the video, this helps us obviously. But what I mean is, we need to get here what's in Photoshop in a Premiere Pro. So what you do is you hide the background, and then you hide one of the texts. And this saves us a lot of time because now we don't have to change it in, what's it called? We don't have to change it in Premiere Pro. We could just change. We already have it, and all you have to do is put it in and then edit it. Not even a little bit. You don't have to resize anything. So I'm pretty organized when it comes to my folders. So we're going to have everything in the overlays folder. You're going to want everything in the overlays folder. You're going to want to make a folder for all your overlays if you want to. You don't necessarily have to. And like I said, we're going to call it something basic, text 1. And then you want to hide this one and then do the same thing. Export. Quick export PNG and text 2. Awesome. So then we go back to Premiere Pro, right? And then we're going to import our overlays. Text 1, text 2, awesome sauce. Now, I like to put things in bins, but like listen, this is not important right now. So you put the text on there, and then you drag text on there too. Now you look, awesome. And if you click, you have it there. And now it's a real text. So we've gotten the text messages from there onto there. Now the next part is really kind of subjective. I'm going to show you guys how I do it. But the next part is pretty much just editing it so it looks like a text message experience, right? So what you would do and what I typically do is, well, first I like to do like this is just text messages. I will show you how to do like the transition ones, like how I did, but this is just text messages. So you're going to take text one and drag it out, right? For however long you want it on there. So you're going to put text one, and then however long it takes to read that, and this is a guess for right now because we can go back and edit this, and then we're going to put text 2. However long it takes to read that, right? But I typically don't have them, so it's gonna, I'm gonna show you right now. It's gonna look a little something like this. Boop. Text 1, and then you read that lorem ipsum dolores sit amit, whatever the hell any of that mean, and then text 2, paloma, blah 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 blah. So you're gonna keep doing that for your entire thread. And the way to make it disappear is basically just, make sure it's not showing up here anymore. And that's pretty easy, isn't it? Now, you can add effects to it. I don't, not usually, but occasionally I will add the video transition, like dissolve. Like you'll do like a cross dissolve, or for example, and it'll basically, this is what that does. So it just kind of like fades it in. Like you don't have to, because I don't, because in my videos, I do like a little text message beep, and that will alert the audience. I'm sorry, I'm not the reader. That will alert the audience that there's a text message on the screen. Like sound is very important in video storytelling. So I put a text message notification sound. You can fade it in if you want to. I typically don't, simply because I do that. So, and that is how you do the text messages, just the text. But say you don't want to do just the text. Say you want to have the social media thread. Well, if you want to do that, you go back to Photoshop and you unhide the stuff you hid, and you do English versions. Well, there are Simless versions, but that would only benefit you if you were doing this for social media and not like a video. So you hide whichever one you want to use. And it's like I said, you replace all the same stuff. I don't think I have to show you anything here for real. You just change it the same way I showed you. You just change it. You click it, replace the image, clip the image, blah, blah, blah. But something that I do in my own videos, which you really don't have to do, but in order to show a click, I will change this to be darker. So I'll make it darker. So first, actually, I'm sorry. Before you do that, you want to save it, right? File, export, quick save. This one, you really fake. No. You should definitely change it. Listen, don't listen to me. Don't be lazy. You should absolutely resize it so that it looks good. So change your thing you save your thing to desktop first before you save it to your video, wherever you keep in your video stuff. So we want to make sure that this one is the same size as the other one. So what do? You name it whatever you want to. Blah, blah, blah. You know what? No, that's not helpful. I'm gonna just name it 3. Right? And now I'm going to click this because I want us to go this is going to be messages, and then we're going to go into messages, right? Oh, by the way, you can change this stuff. If you want to change the follower amounts, if you want to change this, you can change all this stuff. But you can even change the colors if you want to. I don't though. So, well, I don't think you can change the color of this, but the color of the text, I also change the color. I do change the font. I didn't mention that before. I'm sorry. You can change the font if you want to, but and the way to do that, basically, you go here, you click here. I use SF Pro Rounded because it looks a lot like the Apple one, and I don't know, I guess I'm an iOS girly till I die. So you could do a semi-bold, whatever you want. Like I said, it doesn't really matter. Now, to do what we need to do here, you go here to fill, and then you click here, the little rainbow thingy, and then you drag it down. You can do as much as you want to. I'm going to do this much. And now it's darker. So we changed the UI of this a little bit, and we're gonna name this 4. And it's gonna look really cool when we do it. And it's really time consuming. So like, I mean, it's not extremely time consuming, but you know what I mean, guys. Like, this is a lot. It's low key like little unnecessary things that I like to do. And I'm telling you really don't have to do this. And like I said, click done and then click done again so that you can just click and then you could have it. That's a little big. You can have it where you want to have it, right? Done. And I hope you guys aren't thinking that I'm lazy because I didn't edit what's inside. Okay? I don't think I need to do that, and I don't want this video to be that long. So, right. Listen, we have it. We have 3 and then we have 4. And it looks like nothing now, but I'm going to show you how cool it looks later. So we hide the background. So important. Can't tell you the very few times I've made the mistake where I accidentally save it with the background and then I have to go back and do it again. It's kind of annoying, but it's not that serious because you can just unhide it and then do it again. It's not the end of the world. So you go into overlays, you save it. And I'm going to call it the same name, 3. You don't have to call it the same name. Like I said, you can call it whatever you want. And then we're going to save it, this one, as 4. Right? So we're going to go back into Premiere Pro or whatever editing software you're using. Right? We're going to drag this out of the way because that's not really important. We're going to import. Oops, wrong thing. We're going to import 3 and 4. So we're going to go back to overlay, but we're going back to our media, and we're going to put 3 down, right? And then we're going to put 4 down. And I'm going to show you guys what that looks like. I mean, that's a little long. Like, it don't got to be that long. What's up? Well, I mean, it's as long as you want. Like, you make it as long, like, for people to be able to read what's on. That's important. Okay? Like, don't listen to me. Like, I lied. You want it as long as people can read it, right? And then we're going to put this here. And then we're going to put a cool little effect, like a cross dissolve. Actually, I don't like that. I don't like the cross dissolve. I'm going to put the cross dissolve at the end of this one. And this one's going to fade in because I prefer... Wait, no, I don't want to know both of them. Oopsie, hold on. Just this one. I low-key don't like it when it's like... if crosses over each other. I don't like that. So we're going to, and then we're going to tell you what that look like. So we're, Mrs. reading her social media feed, Kyla wrote that, Nolia wrote that, Elias wrote whatever he wrote. That happened just now, 18 minutes ago. Messages. See, now it clicked on the messages. I'm sorry, I talk too much. Now that I mentioned this, you do not want this one that long. I lied. You want it to look like a quick transition. So you want to move that down. I'm totally wrong about that. So I'm going to show you guys that again. Messages. Click. Then it fades out. And then it fades in with the messages. And then we do this thing all over again. See how cool that looks? And you see how simple that was? Now, it's not going to be so simple when you have to type it all out and stuff. But you know what? I think that's me being all in my head. It's not a hard thing to do. It's just time consuming. You have to do this for every single text message that you have. Which is, should tell you why it takes me so long to get these videos out. Aside from the actual filming. So that's how you do it with the pxltown ones. And now I'm going to show you how to do it with the iOS drawings. Like if you are iOS girly down, listen, I like to use both simply because the iOS one, it's a little more work because the iOS one doesn't actually you can't really change the size of the message bubbles that much, which is a little super duper annoying, but it's also not that serious because I'm sure like if y'all are complaining when y'all see them little spaces in my text messages, listen, you're the problem. So what we're gonna do now, we're gonna delete this, honestly. I'm not gonna save any of this stuff. This is not necessary. I'm just showing you guys how to edit it and blah blah blah. So now we're gonna get this footage of Cassie and where I had her texting Dom in the last episode. We're going to do the same thing. We're going to take a picture. We need a still. And then we're going to open that in Photoshop. And you can close. Wait, no. Yeah, you can close this. And I do not save changes. Do not save the changes that you make. You want it to be the exact same thing in which you got it. Yeah, you want it to be the exact same thing. Now we have the iOS template. This is Honey's version, and this one's snderist. For right now, we're going to use this one. For this, I'm going to show you, for the snderist one, I'm going to show you how to do the notifications that I do. I mean, I don't know if you guys are really interested in music, but this is also where I get the little overlay for, what's it called? When I get the overlay for the location, yeah. So for right now, this is just what we're gonna do. Actually, there's another one. Matter of fact, Honey, it might be Honey's collection. No, it's iPhone notifications. Update, sure, why not? This is where I get the little. You hide all this stuff, and this is where I get this thing. Now you don't have to do this right now, but no, I'm gonna do it. Like, listen though, you want to change this stuff. honeysims and snderist, they lock all their stuff, so you have to unlock it to edit it. So it's gonna be, you can change the stuff, you can change the time, the date, all that, and basically you have the base. Now you hide this. File, export, quick export, and you save it to desktop. And you can save it as one because we want that all to line up, right? So you know what? I might as well just show you how to do all of it in one go. So for here, we're going to go and we're going to hide all this stuff. We're going to hide all of this. Only thing we need here is the notifications, right? Now, in order to zoom in on Photoshop, you might already know this, just press Control plus sign. And then, because you want to be able to see this a little better, like, right, you want to be able to see what you're doing here. So there's a plethora of notifications. You can have Amazon, you can have TikTok, reminders, Uber Eats, DoorDash, etc., etc., etc. I most commonly use, I've been known to use Uber and Cupid's Corner, or what's it called? I think I used Social Bunny too. And the way to do that, because those aren't actual options here, you would just have to unlock one, whichever one you want. I typically do one that I want it to look like. So I think I used Tinder when I did the Cupid's Corner one. Basically, you don't have to do much. Listen, just, oh wait, this, right, it's locked. I'm sorry, it's locked. So you click it, change it, Cupid's Corner. Perfect. Now to change the icon, it's very simple. It's actually a lot like changing a PFP. You just drag in the Cupid's Corner icon you want. This is the one I already have, and you right click, create clipping mask, and you size it down. Oh, that was too much. And you get it in there so that it looks normal. That's good. Right. And you can change this whatever you want to. In order to change the time, you have to unlock timestamp, and you can change it to whatever you want. I'm just going to leave it like that. So now that we're done with the notification, we're going to unlock that, file, export, save to desktop, I'm gonna call it Cupid Corner notification. And then I'm gonna save a bunch of notifications so I can just show you how to align that. Let's just do a DoorDash one. Let's do through, call that DoorDash notif. And let's do Snapchat. Now, you know, yeah, whatever. Snapchat. Because who uses Snapchat? I heard it's people. People be using it. So you hide notifications, and you can do whatever you want low key when you do what I'm about to show you. Now, right now we have Bryson Tiller's Right My Wrongs. How to change, listen, I'm going to show you how to change it. I don't think I have an album available right now. So I'm going to go on the internet and get one right now. Let's do a different one. Let's just do I don't know. I'm so indecisive. Let's just do Drake. If you're reading this, it's too late. Just do whichever one you want. Like, what do you want your sim to be listening to? And you know, duh. Save image, album cover, right? So now you can import that from your desktop. Album cover, import. Drag that into music player because you want to change the album cover. And you drag that down all the way down here. And it's already clipped, but like I said, if it doesn't automatically clip, you know what to do. And all you gotta do is move it so that looks normal. Done, right? And then you change this, the artist name, Drake. Oh, also, it didn't look like this originally, but I saved it on accident, so it looks like this. It looks like Right My Wrongs. I don't remember what the original one was. I think it might have been blank, actually. And what a song name. I don't know. Let me actually look at the album. Listen, I like some of the Drake songs, but what the hell do I know about every single the song on that album? I don't know. I'm not that kind of. I like them, but like, energy, great, energy. Right now, this is the little sound waves. You know, it's kind of hard to see. Let me put the background back. So this is the little sound waves. So what you're gonna do, basically, look here. The first sound wave, second sound wave, blah, blah, blah. You're going to have to copy this one. You're going to duplicate the album cover. Duplicate. You don't have to give it a new name. I just let it go with the copy, right? And you're going to drag that under here. Now, it's rounded to rectangle. That's that one. The one that got highlighted. That one. And what you do is you hide this. Whatever is there before. And with the copy, you're going to drag the copy over. And you don't have to align it OD. It's not that serious. Duplicate it again. You're going to do this process for every single one of these. I'm going to do that right now. And good thing is, once you move it once, you don't have to move it again. So duplicate layer. Hide that. I usually delete it though, but you can just hide it. Right now I'm just going to hide it for the sake of saking, but I would recommend like deleting the layer. Keep duplicating it for all 6. And there we go. Now you can also do this, like, this is OD. Typically this is OD. But what I do is I will actually go to the song so that it matches the bar completely, and it ends up being 128 negative 134 for energy, the actual song. And like I said, that you really don't gotta do this. I'd be doing too much. What can I say? I like that. I like little details like that. It's probably because I'm a writer. I like little details. So, and I like making my life harder. You can also change it if it's a favorite or not. You can have it favorite or unfavorite. It's really not important though. And now, this is what I do. This is what I do in my... And then you change that as song or whatever, right? So now, I don't think it ever opened, unfortunately, but... Wait, maybe I opened the wrong one. Oh, I opened the wrong one. No wonder it didn't open because it was already open. Now we have the picture of Cassie. What we're going to do is import. You want to do the notifications first. Actually, though. You might actually want to do the time first. So put the time in there. How big do you want it? Up to you totally. That's a little big, actually. That might be the original size might be good, matter of fact. So this is how big I'm gonna have it. And also, I totally forgot to show you guys. Listen, wait a second. Not iPhone notifications here. Music player. Go back to notifications. Whichever notification you want them to click on. For the sake of saking, we're gonna do... What happened to my Cupid's corner thingy? Oh. For the sake of saking, we're gonna do Cupid's corner. Whichever notification you want to end on, you want to do the same thing that I did with the social bunny messages thing, and make it darker if you want it to be a transition. And for this one, we are doing a transition. So we're gonna go to messages. You know what, I lied. Just to make it cohesive, we're gonna go to messages, lorem ipsum blah blah blah, right? So we're gonna file, export. We're gonna save that as iMessage notification. And then we're gonna click the color and we're gonna make it darker. We're gonna do the same thing, just make it darker. Maybe that's too dark. Just so, well, actually, no, that wasn't dark enough, matter of fact. Let's go all the way. So that it looks like, your sim clicked on it. Now, that's just what I do. I don't think anybody else does. That's just what I do. So, iMessage notif 2. I like to do it 2 because, make your life easier. So, now we have this all set up. We're going to take our notifications, import them. And like I said, you want to make sure you have them all lined up against each other. We might actually have too many notifications now I think about it. And listen, it don't even matter. So we have all the notifications and we're going to leave those there in the corner. Now we're going to you don't have to do the song. You don't have to. I do it sometimes because I think it's cutesy, because it kind of resembles what like iOS thing looks like for real. Also, if you want this super duper lined up, you can drag out these rulers and you know what I'm saying? Make sure it's all lined up. And if you don't see rulers, I think you go to view and it's rulers. You click rulers to have them and you just drag them. Now, it's not that serious. Sometimes it is that serious for me, but for right now, it's just not that serious. So we have the song there. Drag the notifications. Where do you want them? I mean, low-key, I'm not even seeing that we got to size them up too much. I think that looks good. And you just basically space them out. Well, not this one. You want those two to be on top of each other, matter of fact. So you just drag that one to the side. And we're going to have them. And you want to have them so that they're all like a different time, low-key. You want that to make sense to your storyline. And you're going to want this one on top of that one. Right? Perfect. Yay. So this is good. Now you hide all this stuff and you save it all one by one. I'm going to skip that. Okay, so we're here back. I've saved all of them. Now you want to drag everything in there. You want one there for as long as you want it. And you're going to basically just put everything into place. And you want to stack them all on top of each other. Drag the music down, because we're not even using music for this one anyway. So you want to drag it all down. I am notification, but don't put the I am notification. The second one, like the message or whatever notification that you want that's darker, don't put it down yet. You put everything that on the first wave first. It's going to be a little tight, matter of fact. Right? So now you have everything. And listen, it's not like you're gonna, I mean, you could make the bar move, but like, oops, no, you don't want to touch that. I accidentally did that. Listen, if you need to line things up differently, or you need to make anything smaller, lock everything, and then double click, and then you'll be able to, like, you know what I mean? Because this is a little big, so I like that better. This is what it looks like. I mean, it could be lined up a little better, but you're gonna be better than me. You're not gonna rush that. So unlock everything. And the thing is, it's so crazy is that, like, I do all this and it's like, it's half a second of footage. This is really like a half a second of footage. But listen, what can I say? I do it for y'all, man. So you put, I'm sorry, I did that. I didn't even see what I was doing. You put the notification that you're going to click down, and you're going to make it the darker one, and you're going to cut. Basically, I'm sorry, I'm going to do it again, because why did I do that? That's anything. You just cut it down, the duration, and then you put it down. But if you have important stuff here, listen, I've put mad hints in mine. If you want to go back and take a look at them and pause to read, like, I've put a bunch of hints in mine. So especially in that first episode where, like, you read them and pay attention, I've foreshadowed. Listen, well, one of the things I'm studying is English, and I love me some foreshadowing. So I foreshadowed a lot of things. So if you haven't seen them, listen, I suggest you go and check. But yeah, now we watch it. It clicks, and then you fade out to the messages that I'm going to show you how to edit right now. Now let's, just for the sake of it, cut this down, because like I said, we don't want it this long. And in order to make them all fade out, just highlight them and then put a cross dissolve. Oh, actually, you might have to put a cross dissolve on all of them. I'm wilding. But if you do a cross dissolve on all of them, you have to make sure that you, like, if I'm not bugging, you can highlight them, click it, and then make sure it's all the same duration, because you don't want one fading out farther than the other. That's ridiculous, right? So we're gonna go back to Photoshop. We're done with this. No, we're not done with this picture. Don't close that out. But we are done with the iPhone notification, so you can close it out. Don't save it. We're done with the iOS templates from snderist, so you can close that out too. And now we're going to use honeymaplesims. Now, you can use whatever you want from here, but for the sake of this video, I'm just going to use the text messages. Now, as you can see, there are two options here. And you, listen, in episode 1, I did the transition from this one to that one. And listen, when it comes down to it for this one, I didn't do nothing different. Like, I'm not going to show you guys this one simply for the fact that everything that I've shown you in Photoshop right now can help you figure out how to edit this, except for the making the second one darker. I don't do that with this one because it's already black. What do you that's it. Like, so it's not really necessary. I mean, I guess you could do, like, you know, and for the sake of saking on that one, what you could do, and now that I'm thinking about it, that's actually pretty smart. You can make the profile pic darker, but like, what would you do? Like, filter, like you go to filter, maybe you could do like camera raw. All right, okay. You know, for sake of saying, you can maybe change the exposure to make it darker, and then it looks like you clicked it. But like I said, you don't have. I'm not gonna show you guys that because, like I said, everything that I've showed you, I have equipped you with all the skills that you need to handle this. So I'm not gonna show you how to do this one, but I'm confident that everything that I showed you could help you figure this out. But I will, just for this, I will show you how to add more, because that might be a little bit more complicated. So what you would do here is lock the phone base. Oh my god, I didn't lock it. You lock the phone base, right? And what you do, okay, because you would like to lock the background too, because that one likes to play. And you would highlight all of this. Right click it here, duplicate all the layers. Don't duplicate it, right? And what you're gonna do is drag it down, and make sure it highlights, it looks exactly like it, right? And then you're done. Now you have multiple, and do the same thing over and over again. And that's the only thing that I can really take. This one, I didn't have the phone call, and I don't really think you need it. So unless you have, like, listen, this would only be beneficial to you if you had voice actors, and I don't. So like I said, that's the best. Oh, and you can move one of the messages down. That's it. That's all I can do for you right there. Now the phone messages, this one's more complicated. Lucky for us, we're already listening to Drake. So you're going to unlock it. Top info. That's all under the phone base folder. So the music, we're going to change. Well, first you got to find out what's the Drake icon. Maybe that's the whole thing. Maybe you can't change it. No, I'm not. No, it's not. Wait a second. Gotta find it. Hold on. For some reason, I can't find it. No, it's probably in top bar icons. I'm bugging. Wait. Album cover. There it is. Listen, sometimes you have to find things. So we already have the album cover in our desktop. Lucky us. And we're going to clip it. We're going to clip it here. And we're going to hide that one or delete it. Depends on how you're feeling. Size it down. I know this is a little unrelated, guys. You don't have to do this. I can barely see that. I'm going to zoom in. And just line it up. That's great. Awesome. Zoom out. So now we have all that done. Now for all of this stuff, you can change this. You can change the time. You can change your clothes. You can change the time. You can change this number of notifications. Of course, you can change the location. You can change the name. And you can change the emojis. Now, for the sake of this, I'm going to show you where I get my emojis from. It's called emojipedia.org/Apple. This is for the iOS. I'm going to link all this stuff down below, by the way, too. Now, say I want to do this emoji. Save image as. And I have an emoji folder. Smiling face with hearts. Save it. And then you'll be able to take the emojis. Oh, I already saved it. Well, now we have two. You just drag it in there and then resize it down. And you might even need it for like a text message. And, you know, we just slide that joint in there. Or, of course, for one of these. So that's cool. I'm not going to show you how to do that. Same thing. You change the profile photo by doing the same thing. But if you don't want to do a profile photo, what you can do here is go over here and take this No, not that. Not the circle. No, wait. No, actually, yeah. Take the circle. I'm bugging. Yeah, you take the circle. Well, move the DL out the way. Done. And grab. No. Oh my God. You know, hide it because it's blowing me right now. And then duplicate it. Right. Drag it into the other one. You want to drag it into this one. Just drag it to the top for the sake of saking. Just so we can figure out what we're doing. Close that. And no, I'm sorry. You drag that into text messages. Hide the phone messages. You have yours, right? Drag it over. Put it on top. And then, you know, size it up or whatever. But you probably should just clip it anyway. So just clip it. And then you have the thing. Then you make a text box here. What are the initials? Let's just do A, D, because those are mine. And then you align it. Yeah. And that's what it looks perfect. You can also take the ones from the iPhone notifications. Listen, you can do whatever you want. It's your world. Now let's get into the nitty gritty of this. I'm gonna be honest. This one's way more complicated, but only because you can't, you know, listen. Whatever. Listen. So, depending on your script, you're going to have the Sunday AM and the Sunday PM, but like, I'm not going to do this one, so I'm going to delete it because we're just going to have one full thing. So, what we're going to do is take this and hide it. Wait, actually, you want to hide this? Oh my God. Lock it in because that you're going to need to be able to drag stuff. So you're going to hide this whole thing. Hide everything that you see. Yeah, you're going to have to hide all this actually. Pretty much all of it. Because listen, you can have a pre-existing conversation here. I've done it before. But if you know, all you'd have to do is leave this there and then start your conversation. Leave this there and start your conversation down here with the new date and time. But just for the sake of saking, I'm showing you just started from the top because say this is a new conversation. Pretty much imagine that. It's a new conversation. So you're going to hide all this stuff. But you're going to need the red part actually. So just for right now, we're going to hide it, but we're going to need that later. What is that? Hide that. And the reaction bubble. I haven't used the reaction bubble because there's only one and it's the emphasis. So. Did I move something? Oh. Crap. I moved the base. Move the base back, guys. If you don't be like me, move the base back. So this is it. We have this. Oh, don't hide the time. Oh my God, that was a mistake. We need that. So we have the time. Cool. So we zoom out. You don't have to zoom out. And then you save that. And you want to save that to desktop. Save that as thread 1 or whatever you want to call it. Then you have to do red and you move that up there, right? Because this is a transition, so it's like a text thread, blah, blah, blah. And mind you, this is why I said this one's more complicated. You're going to have to change this time to match that time and all the other times. It's like, listen, this is very important that all this stuff matches for cohesiveness. So now this is going to become thread 2 and so on and so forth. But I'm going to have to show you how to edit the next message that comes, which is this one. Don't tell Jax. No, that's not the background. This is the background. It's not gonna have a tail, so you're gonna have to make a copy of the tail, because that one was sent with 2 messages. So duplicate layer, okay, and then move it under wherever it needs to be, and then move it there. Actually, move it on top so it blends in more better. Yeah. Yeah, and then hide this one. So then this is where you have the second message: file, export, thread 3. And then, which is the message that goes under there? No, don't tell me it was Jax. Oh, there you go. There's the second message. And it has a tail. But because this one has a tail, if IOMS messages, there's no tail for the second one. So, and you change whatever you want, you know, And if you have a shorter message, right, if you don't want it to be this long, you hide that. And you duplicate this one. Bring it down. Make sure it aligns. And then you have your text, right? Also, I like the tail to be up on top. You don't have to do that. That's me being picky. And then you save it. And maybe that's, what's that, thread 4? And so on and so forth, basically. And then you can do the same with the receive messages. Message send. Yeah. Message send. Tail. Yeah. Oh, and you're going to want to move this, right? So you're going to want to hit down here. But first, you want to save it. No, actually, I'm bugging because it's going to stay there until it moves down. I'm bugged. I'm sorry. Export thread 5. And then you move it down now. File, export, thread 6. Awesome, right? Cool. So I'm not going to show you any more. You can do it all on your own. And if you need the text messages to disappear, listen, try to keep it short. But if you absolutely have to, you're just going to have to start deleting stuff off the top and moving this stuff up. Which is why I said, like, doing it this way is better if you're using this for, like, a social media post than, like, what's it called? Than for, like, the Sims. I'm sorry, for a video. Because it's way more time consuming for a video. I do it because I have issues. Now, there are other text message PSD templates that you could use. So, you know, like, don't even trip, for real. There are options out there, buddy. So you hide all this stuff. And I'm going to do the same thing I did again. And I'm going to meet you guys in Premiere Pro. But, you know, matter of fact, just so you guys don't get, like, confused. Just, no, wait. Text 1, text 2. No, wait. I don't remember what that is. No, you don't want to talk about 9/11. Wait. I think... Oh, no, that's not what we need right now. So you want to press done on all of these, right? Make sure they all line up and then save them. You highlight them all, move them where you need them to be, make them bigger if you want to make them bigger, and blah 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 blah, right? And I'm gonna meet you guys in Premiere Pro after I save all these. Okay, so we're back in Premiere Pro, and now we're gonna put all the threads in. I added so fade 1, 2, actually that's probably dumb long, 2, like literally all you gotta do is put them one after the other, like no big deal. And then 3, You know, if I'm not bugging, you can like highlight all these and like put them, but I don't like doing that. So 6. Like, and you know, now we're gonna watch it all cohesive or whatever. Wait a second. Why did... Oh my god. Wait a second. Oh my god. Wait a second. Oh my god. Why did it do that? Well, no, duh. Premiere, you can recover an older version if needed. No, this is fine, buddy. Like, oh my god, that was crazy. Okay, so... And then it's gonna bloop. And we need to cut that down because that takes too long. It should be like an immediate thing. And again, cut it down because who needs all that time to read that? But you see the point. Now it's a cohesive body of work. Do you see what I'm saying? Oh. Now all you have to do is this for whatever script you're writing. And yeah. Right now, the 2 things I'm gonna show you is a moodlet. Well, I mean, yeah, a moodlet. I'm gonna show you how to do a moodlet, and then I'm gonna show you how to do a thought bubble, and then I think that should be it for right now. I'm gonna go over something else though before I show you the moodlet, just because it's in the same realm. This is the Goldfish TS4. This is all her templates that she has, and you can essentially do the exact same thing for all of your stuff. She has a character profile, she has a mobile YouTube channel thing, she has chat. I've used this one. I use the audio for what's it called? Episode 2 I used it, and I haven't used the text messages yet, but I might be inclined to try that out, you know. Sky's the limit or whatever. She has a yearbook, Simstagram story. I used her TikTok one. This one, I used the TikTok one in my last episode too. And I also used the iPhone menu, which, listen, it's a little more complicated, the iPhone menu, because you have to, like, if you're like me and you're super duper, like, I don't know, I'm not annoying, but low-key, like, nitpicky, then you're gonna have to change all the dates on that to match. So, you know, just keep that in mind. There are other ones to use besides this lock screen, but like, honestly, you find a PSD template and just do everything that I showed you, because all the PSD templates that I've used, I haven't done any. I've used the same like 10 skills, seriously. So right now I did the text message. Now I'm going to show you guys how to do a thought bubble. And the thought bubbles are by Areleksiya. I'll link that down below. And the moodlet is by awkwardsims. Oh, but we should change we're going to change the footage. So we're going to delete all this. Don't need none of that no more. And let's do this clip of Orion. Yeah. This is when he was looking at Echo. So we're going to need like just one screenshot, because it's really not that serious. Just one screenshot, and we're going to open that. Well, they call it still. Just one still. And we're going to open that in Photoshop. Awesome. So for the moodlets, you know, we just want the moodlets, so we're gonna hide all this stuff: messages, name tag, transaction, meme. But like I said, if you want to change any of this stuff, you just follow the same simple steps that I showed you guys. Notification. Okay, moodlets. Now I'm gonna do a flirty moodlet because that's how he was feeling in the moment. And I resized it. Now that's important. If you don't have as much text, then you're gonna need to resize it, right? But automatically it comes with the transform that it's like it's locked. So you're gonna have to unlock it, and then you can just change the bottom, right? I'm sorry, y'all. My dog bugging. He's a puppy. So you change the bottom if you have small text, you change it, right? So flirty, moodlet. I changed the font. You don't have to change the font, but I do. Change the text to, you do whatever you want. Pretty much. I don't really feel like I have to put a text here for you guys. Like, it's really it's all up to you. Yeah. So, we, like I said, unlock it or lock it, unlock it. It's very important if you want to change the size. Like, because what if your mood is not even that long? Like, and it took me forever to figure that out, by the way. I don't know why. Because low-key is common sense, but don't worry about me, okay? Just know it can't. I got it. Now, we can put that on a screen, we can lay it out, but I don't think you don't necessarily have to lay it out because it's only by itself. Like, if I were to put this moodlet along with a bunch of other stuff, then I would put it on the still, but it's not necessary because it's by itself. So I'm just going to put the moodlet into my overlays folder, right? And then we're going to do the clouds. Now, I pick number 3 for my thought bubbles every time, like without fail, because I like it. But you can do a number of these. So it's not, it's not like, you can do whatever. Pluto! Get down. Sit. Good boy. I'm sorry, guys. This dog is crazy. So, what you're going to need for real is Sims 4 icons. Now, there's a lot of... I'm going to link below where you can get them, but I'm not going to show you where to get them. Like, I'm just going to link it where I got mine. And I got like a bunch. So, let's say... And the problem is that, like, low-key, like, it's very unorganized. So you're going to have to, like, go through all of them. It's like, fake. That's what you're going to have to do. But listen. if it's worth it to you, then do it. But, like, I do it because it's worth it. It's a great storytelling element, in my opinion. So we're just going to do a random one. For the sake of saking, just, oh, yeah, it look a little blurry right now, but listen, it's not that deep. Done. And, it kind of like, what I'm saying? It fixes itself. So you want to make sure all these are unseen. And then you save it into your overlays. And that's Thought Bubble 1. So you go back to Photoshop and you import it. You got your moodlet and you got your Thought Bubble. Let's do the moodlet first. That one you're going to want to do a little effect, video effect, because I don't like to put I'm sorry, that's a video transition. I don't like to put it out of nowhere. Like that one, you want people to see that one coming. And the same thing with the thought bubbles. Like, if it's not a text thread, then there's no need for that. So, and the thought bubble should definitely last a less amount of time than the moodlet, because oh, I forgot. Well, you want to, like I said, you didn't resize it, so you want to lock everything, and that's a good place to put a moodlet, but you know, this might be a better place. And now that I think about it, we gotta resize this too. I'm sorry guys, I forgot about that. If you end up rotating it, you don't want to just undo it. Perfect. Okay, let's start that. Bop that from the top. And you know, and then it gonna, oh, and it fades out too. You want to put it on both ends so it fades out, fades in. And you see how good that look? You see, guys, like, and you know what? Without it, look at it. This is nothing. Like, without the moodlets, you know, it's a lot, but this is up for, this is a lot of this is up for interpretation. I add the moodlets and the thought bubbles because I feel like I want to be as specific as possible. You need to know exactly what Tajari or Ryan and all these other characters are feeling and thinking. So I do it because I'm a control freak and I'm pushing the narrative where I need you to know that it's going. Other people that make machinima are really good at like just using the Sims facial expressions to like convey what they're trying to convey, like to convey emotion. But this isn't that kind of machinima. Like, I have ideas for that, but you know what, I'm getting off track. I think that's pretty much it. I've done all I promised, and like I said, like I showed you guys how to put it in the video, I showed you guys how to do text threads and all that good stuff. So I hope this was helpful. Please leave me any questions if this was super duper confusing. I like literally implore you to do so, because I know I can yap and like get all over the place, and I'm genuinely not very organized when it comes to these videos. But bear with me, y'all. This is like my third video. This is my third YouTube video ever. So if you want another tutorial on something else that you've seen in my game, please let me know. Like I said, like, I'm never too ill to say what's up to nobody. I'm never too ill to respond to anybody. I've responded to everybody that's left me a comment, shouted me out, etc., etc. Like, I love you guys. And shout out to the people that subscribe to my Patreon. I really appreciate the support. So like this video and subscribe, or don't. It's up to you. But I hope you found this helpful. Bye bye.